go from there. All right. So first starting off, of course, we have to start off with our center line rotation. So I'm going to turn my camera up just a little bit. All right. And I'm kind of seated on a squishy ball. All right. So get out your phaser guns, people. You know the drill. For my new people out there, you're going to put your hands together. You can make a little phaser gun if you have a fun, creative imagination. If not, you just put your hands together. Stick your arms straight out in front of you. Okay. And we're going to rotate to the left.
Oh, switched it up.
I know, I like to keep you on your toes. Usually we go right, today we go left. So you're going to rotate, and I want you to focus on a point on the wall. Go ahead and fire your phaser guns. Pew, pew! At that wall over there. Okay, come on back to the center. Good, now we're going to go over to the right. Kind of get that rotation in. Fire at that wall. Pew, pew! And coming on back in, yes, we're all adults and we say pew pew. That's what we do on Team Blue. All right. Now we're going back over to the left side. We're going to go a little further. Going to go a little further. All right. Fire at that wall. Pew pew. Hold that rotation. We're going to take one big deep breath. And we're going to rotate to the other side. We're coming back over. We're going to go a little further. Try to keep your arms as straight as possible. Fire at that wall again. Pew, pew. Good. Take a big deep breath. Good. All right. Last time, we're going to rotate to the left. We're going as far as we can. Take a big old...
Don't want to force it. Just want to feel good where the body naturally rotates to.
Fire at that wall one last time. Pew. All right, last breath in. And rotate. One more time to the right. Good. Big deep breath in. Fire at that wall. Pew, pew. Good. One more big deep breath. And come back to the center. Nice. All right, you can kind of shake out those shoulders, kind of shake out those arms. All right. Now, next exercise, usually the jab master himself, the punches and the jabs. All right. If you have never seen me jab and punch, well, you haven't missed much. But today, we are going to do something different. I'm going to teach you some letters of the alphabet. All right. So, nice big posture. All right. We're going to go T. So big, big spread arms, T, then come back in. Then we go into W, which is kind of like touchdown, field goal. All right, so big old W. Okay, then we bring it back in. And then we go into Y, Y. So big kind of in a big old V, Y shape at the top. Victory, all right, and back in. Okay, so T, W, Y, all right? And so what this is doing, just so you know, really moving the scapula across the body, making them work, making them undulate, all that good stuff, all right? So here we go. You guys just kind of follow me. We're going to go T, W, Y. T, W, Y. Each time, try to get those hands behind your body, behind that big old head of yours. W, Y. T, W, Y. Good. Let's pick it up a little bit. T, W, Y. T, W, Y. Good. T, W, Y. T, W, Y. T, W, Y. Pick it up. T, W, Y. 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 And relax. Shake it on out for a second. Good. We got going there a little bit. I think I lost Susan, but we're good. Now, we're going to go back into T, and I want you to hold it there and try to squeeze your shoulder blades as hard as you can together. So go into a T, hold that T, squeeze your shoulder blades, big old squeeze, and come back in. Roll out those shoulders, kind of relax. Now, I'll kind of show you from an angle here, all right? For the W's, we're going to come into a W, and then try to get a little external rotation, that right there, all right? So W and squeeze. Try to rotate those shoulders, try to pull those hands behind your head. Should feel a burn. Good, and relax and shake it out. Good, now when we come into Y's, point your big old thumbs backwards. Point your thumbs backwards, all right? So up into a Y and point it backwards and then try to push your head through. We're going to hold. Take a big deep breath. Good, and relax. Nice. Now forgive me, I have a terrible memory, so I got a little sticky note here with everything on it. All right, next exercise we're going to do. These are called X's and wax on, wax off. All right, so kind of a fun name, all right? X's, wax on, wax off, okay? So X's kind of look like we're punching up and across. So X, wax on, wax off, all right? So here it is again. So X, wax on, wax off. And you're really trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together and move those big old shoulders in a full range of motion, all right? So this is just like when we do the crossover punches, when we're getting that shoulder stabilization and kind of rotation and everything. Same exact thing, just a little different, all right? So kind of have your hands in here, nice and tight. And here we go. X's, wax on, wax off. X, wax on, wax off. X's, wax on, wax off. You should feel your back moving. X's, wax on, wax off. Good. You look silly. You're good. X's, wax on, wax off. All right. Pick it up a little bit. X, on, off. X, on, off. X,
Come on, Nicole.
on,
You got this.
off. X, on, off. All right, pick it up. X, on, off. X, on, off. X, on, off. X, on, off. Good. X, on, off. X, on, off. X, on, off. X, on, off, and relax. Nice. Congratulations. You've made it through the warm-up. All right, so now I'll show you the workout, okay? We'll go exercise by exercise. I'll show you modifications for if you're seated or if the ground's not your friend or anything like that, and so on and so forth, okay? All right, so our first exercise is regularly going to be our jumping jack, okay? So a jumping jack, just as usual. Bear with me with my little tiny apartment setup, okay? Regular jumping jack, is right here as I smack my hand on stuff, okay? Today, we're going to work on crossover jacks, okay? So where your feet and your arms cross over, okay? Now, if the feet's a little too difficult, just focus on your hands, okay? If you're seated, all right, focus on your hands, trying to get a nice and big cross them over, all right? This is kind of crossing that mid-plane of your body. So your right side talks to your left side talks to your right, and so on and so forth. All right? So that's our first exercise. Question? Good? Okay. All right. So that's jumping jacks. Okay. Next up, if the ground is your friend, this will be your exercise. All right. These are called plank jacks. Okay. plank jacks, all right? So you're going to be in a plank position, jumping with your feet back and forth, all right? In and out with the feet, okay? If you're seated, okay, or you need a modification, we're actually going to use those jabs we've been working on the past couple weeks. We're going to jab forward, and we're rotating, and these are as fast as you can. So you're really trying to pump it up, okay? And working not so much on just punching forward, but rotating as you punch, okay? All right. Next one is going to be a foot or feet elevated crunch. And then we have a modification for that as well, okay? So if the ground's your friend, on the ground with our legs up here, you're gonna crunch up, bring your shoulder blades up off the ground, come back down, crunching right here, okay? Now, if you're seated, we're gonna be right here. Hands are gonna come up as high as you can. You're gonna come down, snap down, and leave a little bit of space. So don't actually hit your knees or hit your legs. You're gonna come up nice and high, snap down. That engages your whole core, your whole back, up high, down, up high, down. So it kind of looks like you're slamming a ball or you're slamming something, okay? And so this also works on what Chris has been talking about a lot with isometric contractions, is as you come down, you're forced to slow down just inches away from your legs, and thus creating an isometric contraction, all right? Next up, we got battle ropes. Battle ropes, I'll keep a secret because I've got something special planned for those. Those will be seated for everyone, or you can kind of stand in like an athletic position, but those are going to be done all together, and there's a bit of a surprise for that one, so just be ready for those. Last exercise for if you can kind of stand and everything, we've got just body weight squats, all right? Or if we're seated, I'll kind of, again, forgive me with my tiny little apartment, but if we're seated, we'll be kind of doing, you guys can see me here, where you can kind of lean on the wall. You're gonna walk your hands up and walk your hands down. You'll walk them up, and then once they're up here, okay, you'll kind of push your head through and back out. Head through, back up, okay? So that one's more of a mobilization for the shoulders, okay? You'll get a big old stretch. And now's your time to kind of ask questions. If none of that made sense, don't worry, it's all gonna be follow along. You'll just hang tight with me. Chris,
could you repeat those again?
Timer.
Luke, could you repeat those again? I kind of missed some of them. Could you?
Yeah. Oh,
went too fast.
We'll go over them as we go and everything. But yeah, I'll make sure I explain every single one before we start, okay?
All right.
Okay. And Chris, do you mind running the timer?
I can run the timer, yes.
Perfect. All right. So each exercise is going to be 20 seconds long. And we're going to have a rest of 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So you get 30 seconds of rest, 20 seconds of work. Any questions?
Many times.
Oh, how many times? We're going to do 3 sets of each exercise. 3 sets of each exercise. So, Susan, you're welcome.
I was hoping, less.
I know. All right. And again, if you do have any questions, just unmute yourself, let me know, and we'll go from there. Okay?
I have a question about the last one. If you're not doing it against a wall, can you just go forward? Because I'm sitting down on the floor on a mat.
Okay, yeah.
Have a wall.
Yeah. So if wall is not an access point, you can kind of sit down, legs stretched out here, forward, kind of reach here. if that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
Luke, just quick again. I'm setting up my timer. It's 20 seconds on, and recovery is again length.
30 seconds. 30 seconds for recovery.
So it's 20-30. Okay.
All right. And just as a precursor, Sadie, our intern, and myself will have to hop off the call a little early today. So whatever we don't get through, Chris will kind of mitigate and coach best he can everything. And so we'll work with it. All right. So get into your ready positions. We've got crossover jacks. When Chris says go, we are going to get after it, people.
Okay. Are we ready? Get your crossover jacks ready. In 3, 2, 1, and go.
Here we go. 20 seconds of work.
I want to see really good athleticism here. Get that body using. Moving, moving, moving.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Miss Taylor.
Just 20 seconds.
Ready and go.
Oh,
Be done. Be done. Sorry, I was distracted by all the dance moves everybody's doing.
I can find you.
So just make sure you're getting good athleticism. You're trying to get as much motion and energy out as you can as you're doing this. You got 5 seconds. Ready? You're going to go another time in 3, 2, 1, and go again. Go, 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 go. Yeah, Marina. Yeah, Craig. Oh, Paul, we need music to this stuff. Oh, my goodness. Shakira would just be wondering what's going on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax.
One more.
Miss Moon Dancer, I'm watching you. Welcome, Mr. Hungerford. Got 13 seconds. You got 13 seconds.
Nice to hear your voice, Chris. Glad you're doing okay.
Nice to be heard, Jim.
Yes.
And you're going to regret you said that.
already.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you.
Ready? In 3, 2, 1, and go. Go,
Here we
go, go.
Fast you can.
Dancing, dancing, dancing. That's it, Sadie. Let those arms open up. Let those arms open up, everybody. Yeah. Jim Hungerford, don't knock furniture over. Come on, buddy. 3, 2, 1, and relax.
Ooh. Nice job. All right. At any point, if you need a drink of water or you feel dizzy or you need to stop at all, feel free to do so. Feel free to sit down or relax or take a breather at any point. All right. Next exercise we got is our plank jacks or our fast jabs. So if I'm seated, I've got fast jabs here. I'm rotating as fast as I can. Okay. Or I'm on the ground down here. I've got jacks back and forth with my feet. Okay? Ready when you are, Chris.
Okay. We're ready to go in 10 seconds. Okay, prepare. Get your favorite position in place. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. There you go, jabber jack. 9 seconds. That's it, Nicole. Come on, Kathy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done.
Woo! Nice.
You're all making me jealous.
You kidding me? Don't break something. Don't break me. That's what I'll break.
Okay, we have 5 seconds. Ready to go. Round 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, boys and girls. Punch it and chop it. Punch it and chop it. There you go. That's it, Gina. Come on, come on, come on. 3, 2, 1, and done.
Ooh, one more.
Okay. One more to go. Oh, Nicole's hiding out. Nicole's hiding.
Uh-oh. Where you at,
Having
Nicole?
a case of the giggle fits. The giggle fits, we're going to call them.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to go in 7 seconds.
I'm going to call
Last-
out my Arizona people, Kuna and Evie. Let's see what you got.
Okay, ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. Last set of these. Nicole's back from the giggle fits. Here we come.
Sorry, lightning struck
No.
right in front of our house.
Oh, no worries. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done.
Woo!
Okay.
Bed rest.
All right. So next exercise we got is if I'm seated here, okay, I'm coming up high, coming down fast, isometric contraction. Don't hit your legs. Come back up. Pound, 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 pound. Like you're trying to smash a watermelon, throw a pumpkin, whatever you people do in Colorado. We smash pumpkins here in Arizona. All right, so that's one. Okay. The other exercise with that is that feet elevated crunch. So on the ground, legs are up, crunching, back down. All right, any questions? Awesome. All right, Chris. When we're ready.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Come on, everybody, get this. Come on, let's feel that body pulse. Come on, come on, come on. 10 seconds. That's it, Moon Dancer. Come on, Penny. 3, 2, 1, relax.
Woo! All right. How are we looking, Chris?
We're looking good. We're looking good. I like sitting as commentator role. I like it.
Right?
Okay, we have 5 seconds, friends.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1, boom, go, go, go. That's it, Gina. Come on, Jeremiah. Miss Taylor, come on, get this. Wow, Paul, you're attacking. Yeah, attaboy. Heather and Meg, I'm watching you. 3, 2, 1, relax.
Woo!
Watching me do what?
I occasionally see your head bob up, Heather. But I'm watching Meg more than anything.
Oh, Meg.
Man, I miss you all. Okay. We have 5, 4,
Oh, here we go.
3,
Last one.
2, 1. Get it, friends. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done.
Oh,
That's it, Kathy.
all right. So, congratulations. You've made it to battle ropes. Let me.
Oh, this is the magic. Okay, Frank Kane, you showed up just in time. Battle rope time, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Hello, Frank. All right. So, remember those water bottles or those toilet pieces of toilet paper? Go ahead and grab them, folks. Go ahead and grab them. Okay. These are no longer pieces of toilet paper or water bottles. These are your rope handles. Okay. Now, when I say slams, okay, we're going 2 arms up, 2 arms down, smash, 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 slamming them down. All right. If I say drums, I'm banging a drum right here. Okay, it's only my arms moving up and down as fast as we can. So slams are your whole body slamming up and down, or drums. Okay, same thing if we're seated. Same thing if we're seated. Drums, slams. All right. Any questions?
So good.
So, Chris, the fun thing about these that you get to do to us is I'll be calling out slams or drums or slams or etc. But Chris is going to put 50 seconds,
5-0.
5-0 on the
Gosh,
clock.
this guy.
All right. So we got 50 seconds of these. We get 30 seconds of rest. Still, 30 seconds of rest.
For sure.
All right. When Chris is ready, he's going to
So
tell
we
us.
go 50 on and 30 rest. Is this correct, sir?
It is correct.
Oh boy, are you ready, boys and girls? This is going to be a good drummer slammer. Okay. I don't think I'm qualified to be able to do these things on these medications right now, but I'm going to do my best.
Doing great.
50 and 30. Okay, drum and slam, ready to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Drums.
Come on, come on, come on.
Slam. Slam.
Do, 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 do. Come on. That's it, Craig
Drum.
Balkin.
Drums.
Put the child down. That's shaking baby, Craig.
Slams.
Come on, everybody. 25 seconds.
Drums. And
Come
slam.
on, come on, come on. 15 seconds.
Slams. Drums.
Come on, Meg. 7 seconds. That's it, Nicole.
Slam.
Toilet paper. 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo-hoo.
Ooh. What do we do?
We slammed and drummed pretty darn well, sir.
All right, catch your breath. Grab a drink of water. You have 30 seconds to rest. And we do it one more time. One more time.
That's it. Okay.
I think we got it. I think they have it. I sure hope so. Ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, and go again. Go, come on, come on. Come on, everybody. Push it hard. Push it hard.
Slams. Drums. Slam. Drums.
Come on. 18 seconds.
Slams.
8 seconds. Come on, come on.
Drums. As fast as you can. Go.
3, 2, 1, and relax.
Woo. All right.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
All right.
That is good work, everybody.
Grab a drink of water. Breathe. Catch your breath. Next exercise we got is we have our squats.
Oh, God.
Hey, 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 enough with the negativity.
None of that now. All right. We got squats, or we've got those shoulder mobs. We're going to give your arms a break. Okay. I'm up here against my wall or my door, and I'm pushing my head through, get a big old stretch, come back. All right. Does that make sense? All right. Any questions on this last one? All right. Good to know.
Oh, yeah.
And what's your time test on this, sir?
10 seconds with a minute recovery.
So Susan just said, okay, Susan just chose to work out a minute on with 30 seconds rest. Okay, you're welcome, everybody.
That's not my exact word.
Military.
20 seconds on, 30 seconds off. 20 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Free rest.
Okay, are we ready to go, everybody?
Yes, sir.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boogie it. Come on, everybody. Squat a lot, squat a lot. There we go. Really engage those abs as low as you can get them if you're seated or in a wheelchair. Let's really try to engage that. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So it's really important here for those doing air squats that you don't let that knee extend beyond your toes, and you want to get those glutes engaged. So you stick that tuchus out like nobody cares, and you just, that's your counterbalance to that. Bend over, activate those glutes, those hamstrings, and those quads. Okay, you've got 6 seconds. Are we ready? Ready to go? And ready. Go, go, go. Squat a lot. There we go. Try to keep those knees out, pointing in front of you. You don't want to angle your toes and knees outward. Everything should be straight lines. In 3, 2, 1, relax. Oh my goodness. Looking good, Nelson family, the Nelson duo. Okay, are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, boogie time. Come on, 20 seconds of fun. Come on, squat a lot, squat a lot. Get those abs contracted. Push those glutes through. Come on, that should explode upward. That's it, Jeremiah. 3, 2, 1, and done.
Woo! Nice job, Team Blue. Go ahead, grab a drink of water.
Jim Hungerford's looking for a sea turtle off in the distance with his special TP roll galore. Okay, this is what happens when you join the Army. Oh, he stopped doing it. Okay.
Air Force.
Oh, Air Force.
Okay. Like Jay, huh?
So we're going to do this next part as one team all together. We're going to do it heated. All right. So you're going to need your toilet paper, your water bottle, again, and we've got 30 repetitions, and then we're going to hold the end exercise for 30 seconds. All right? So this is real intense. All right? So, first one we're going to do is lateral raises, where we're just going to come up to our sides and back down. Just right here. We're going to do it as a team, all right? So I'll count them, okay? So that's the first exercise. We're going to do 30 repetitions, and then we're going to hold here for 30 seconds. All right? So I've got a little timer in front of me. Everyone ready? And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Good. All right, relax. Shake out those arms. It's 102 degrees down here in Arizona right now, so I'm sweating. All right. Last exercise. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. All right. Get your arms out nice and wide. Your timer starts in 3, 2, 1, and hold. Hold right here. Up nice and high. Good. Feel that burn in the shoulders. Good. Keep those arms nice and high. Good. We got 10 seconds left. Here we go. Keep them high. Keep them high. Don't let those arms drop. Good. 3, 2, and done. Nice. Good. All right. Unfortunately, Team Blue, it is 5:51, and Sadie and me have to hop out of here. But awesome, terrific job. It's always so much fun to work out with you guys. Chris is going to take it from here with either some mobility or stretching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, Luke. And welcome to your new crew, Sadie.
Thank you, guys. You guys did great. Thank you for letting me be on with you today.
Thanks, Luke.
Okay.
We'll see ya.
Okay. We are going to tune in to me on the floor now. I haven't fallen over, but so today I talk about mobility a lot. Before, of course, I'm wrecked, but I spend a lot of time, somewhere between an hour and 2 hours a day, with my training and recovery when I'm typically training, working on mobility. So a lot of that mobility is, it might feel strange, it might be weird, but raise your hand if you understand what the phaser gun drill does for us. We know a phaser or taser gun. Okay, raise your hand if you totally connect with what it does for you. Okay. So for those who are new, the phaser gun, there's a field of medicine and neuroscience that comes from the value that is, it's called Feldenkrais. I'm just trying to figure out some different sounds here. But so Feldenkrais is the slow somatic neuromotion, how our bodies move. So it works the neurology and the nerves more than the muscles. Is the goal. We want to really figure out how does our skeleton move instead of how do our muscles move our skeleton. So a lot of those things, because we many of us have different disabilities physically, back issues, everybody eventually gets, and we got to think about, again, going back to how our skeleton operates. If you are a competitive athlete, Paralympian, which we have some of those things, we want to be sure that we're aware of how we are moving. So a lot of it goes for force. Specifically for the males, we tend to work more on force. So we're going to go away from that. But to stretch everything out, I would like everybody to find a comfortable seat, or some of you might be already in it. But what we're going to do, we're going to start with our neck. A lot of what holds our neck up is there's several tiny muscles. They're called the scalenes. They're in the front, not scallions. They're not onions. But if you go ahead and make a funny face and tighten up all those neck muscles, all those strands in there are primarily or predominantly called your scalene muscle group. And it is the primary head stabilizer for your body. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab into them. We're going to pinch them. If anybody has gone to a massage therapist, they like to dig into these things. And you can pinch them. They're not your turkey neck. They're the muscles that are behind the turkey neck. And you want to go ahead and pinch them. It might hurt a little bit, but you want to go ahead and just manipulate. It's called palpating. Okay, and that's a really important thing. You need them, and they're not the big muscles behind your neck. They're in the front side of your neck. So raise your hand if you have a hard time understanding where those muscles are. No? Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to, with your right arm, grab your left ear by reaching over. Now you're going to lightly pull that left ear downward, but not forcefully. You should feel a good stretch on the outside of the neck. You're just going to hold it for 3, 2, 1 more, and let your head return back to normal. Okay. Now you want to just let your head bobble around like you've got a lot of, somebody's talking to you, you really don't have a lot to agree with them, so you just nod your head a lot anyway. So the bobblehead, let that just disconnect. Now you're going to grab your left, with your left arm, your right ear, just press down on it. Slowly let gravity take your left ear into your left shoulder. Really feel the stretch, and it's okay to use that right arm and just kind of run it down into the shoulder, edge of your scalene, and there's a bunch of other muscle groups in there. But they're all the things, the cervical muscles that are in within, the really fine muscles. You want to pull that ear down, Frankie boy, like you're forcing your ear onto a telephone. Okay, now go back to the middle, let the bobblehead go again. Okay. So now we're going to go and we have our sub-occipital muscle group. Those are fun. So now we're going to take our hands, either right or left, and then you're going to go ahead and let the chin go down. And you should feel a stretch in the back of the neck. And we don't want to force anything. We just want to feel good. And you're just helping gravity extend the length of a muscle tissue. Okay, then back up to middle, back to the bobblehead. Oh yeah. Come on, bobblehead Frank. You pretend you're like on the dash of a car, bobbling down the road. Okay, just those little actions, they start to stimulate all the little nerves in our neck. Okay, so now we're gonna take our shoulders up to our ears, a big shoulder scrunch. Really try to put that turtle into the shell. Okay, now now all the way, try to get those ears and the shoulders far away as possible from each other. Some of you may have done yoga. There's several different things where we focus on our breath in with these things. And a lot of times that stretch should be with a good exhale. You want to really let that cavity expand in your chest and that diaphragm fall. Okay, so now, if you are able to, raise your hand if you're able to get onto the ground. Raise your hand if you can get onto the ground safely, not just falling over onto the ground. Okay, so actually I should say raise your hand if you cannot get on the ground. Okay, see, looks like one of you. So what we're gonna work on, we're gonna do something a little different. So those of you on the ground, I want everybody to sit. I'm trying to make sure you can see. You want to put your feet together, kind of like butterfly wings. If you can. If you are seated, you want to grab your knees. So I will be seated. And whether you're in a chair or wheelchair, it's very similar. And you want to grab your knees. If you are seated, you want to straighten that spine up. Okay, so you really want to make that nice form erect. Instead of bending over, I'm straightening and pulling that core together. If I am on the ground in my butterfly wings with my feet, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm sticking my chest up in the air, really finding good posture. Okay.
What if we can't get into butterfly position, but we're on the floor?
So who is that?
Kathy.
Kathy. So you can you be with your legs straight out? Where's Kathy? I'm trying to see on my magic pyramid of faces on the screen. Oh, there's Kathy. Okay, so legs straight out. There you go. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold behind your knees, Kathy, or anybody else that might have a hard time going butterfly position. And then you're going to really sit that core up. Okay, really good posture. You're pulling with your hands, kind of pull that core, your belly button, toward your knee. And your chin should be sitting up taller without looking up. Okay, in butterfly position, same thing, pulling that belly button toward your heels, and your sternum gets taller, your chin gets taller, but your head doesn't look up. It's still good, straight posture. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're trying to just get our spine to release slowly, get everything in control. So Kathy, if I were to say, could you grab the sides? Are you able to bend your knees up? No. Okay. So there's something I'm going to try to do, and this is a mobility test. Now I'm trying to think, let me think about this a little bit, Kathy. So are you able to, with your legs straight, go onto your back, Kathy?
Not
Let
with the
the
legs
feet
straight
go up
either.
towards the sky? Okay, no, that's okay. Since we've never worked together before, I don't know, everybody's bodies work so differently in this group. So I want to figure out what to do. So those of you who are able to go into butterfly position, you're going to just grab both of your feet, okay? And now I'm going to tip you over onto your back. You're a turtle. You're stuck. You're a turtle on your shell. And then the challenge I want to give you all, for those who are able to go into the butterfly position and tip over on their shell, is there should be little contact with the ground. There should be only a few vertebrae touching, and everything else is curled up. And I'll just do a side view. Okay, so now I'm going to challenge those of you who have tipped over on your turtle shell. This is a funny game. This is something I've done with Olympic athletes with no disabilities, and they can't figure it out for the life of them. We usually do it with you grab your toes and now sit up. I want you to try, if you're stuck on the turtle shell, just sit up without rocking. The goal, it's one fluid motion. So I'm just going to demonstrate. I want you to see what maybe has been done. Whoop, I'm stuck. So I had a lot of work done on my body today. So sitting up and boom, I'm up. I'm using my skeleton to sit up, and it's not contractual muscular engagement. So this is something I want people that are able to do this, because what this does is sets our body up for better footing. So it's proprioceptive in how the information goes from our feet to our brain. So again, stuck on your back, and then you want to be able to just sit up. And Penny's stuck on her side, there she is. And this is something kids tend to do better than adults. Because adults, we do so much muscularly, not skeletally. So this is something that Bob and Marina can laugh at each other for. And it's okay to laugh at each other for this. This is something different. This is different mobility. So let's see. Those who are seated, let me go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, can you lift your knees up to your chest with your arms? Can you pull those knees up with your arms only? I can't see you, unfortunately.
Slowly raise your arms up. Try and step one vertebrae.
Press shut down.
I see Jeremiah's face really well. Jim Hungerford's tipped over. Mission control. So Meg, this is something that could be really different for you to work on. So now could you grab your left foot with your right hand? This is going to be a little flexibility test too for you. So bend that knee and try to grab that foot. And then tuck your right knee up to your chest. Now can you get yourself sitting up? Kind of rolling. This is a funky thing. You could tie yourself in a knot, but this for you is good. I've done this with a few different people with CP, and it's always a challenge, but eventually you can get it. It's hard to do remotely. It helps if we are in the same room together, so I can really watch what is happening. But I want to challenge you to, and Heather, to be able to do that. So essentially, what I'm trying to get Meg to do is, again, anybody, and Frank, you're in the same situation with Meg. You got a lot of stuff going on, stiffness and muscular just tightness. So being able to grab the toes might be hard, or the side of the foot. And we're talking cross sagittally, kind of where Luke was talking about, like the uppercut punches and things like that. Coordination. Our body doesn't like to talk right and left. So this is something maybe, Meg, you can figure out how to get to seating up by grabbing that right foot, or with your right hand, that left foot, and figuring out how, without using abs, to sit up. So think about maybe straightening that left leg, but not letting go of the right arm. It's a weird function. And the only goal I want here is to give you some challenges. Cassie, do you have bungee cords or physio bands or anything like that?
I have a resistance band.
You do. Okay, so can you jump rope that over the bottoms of your feet? And let me grab a resistance band so I can. These are things I can do individually with people much better, because again, this is where Zoom is at a default kind of a problem. So you can get the physio band, and can you now lean back, Kathy?
Yeah.
Are you able? Do you have any fusions or anything like that in your spine?
No, I'm able to do that.
Okay. So now can you get your legs up with that at all? Are you able to get around the bottom of your shoes? Okay. So what we want to do is for anybody that's got maybe leg braces on, or paraplegia, or incomplete spinal cord injuries, the goal here is to try to get the body to balance without just relying on muscles. So here I'm doing this, and there's a point when you tip over and then sometimes even flop over, which is okay. But we work like at the, with our Paralympic level people, the whole thing is how do we get body control of something we don't have control of sometimes. So getting to where we can balance, if you have the inability to pull your legs up on their own, you assist them. And it's sometimes just leaning that head back. Your head's the heaviest 16 pounds on your body. And you just shift it away from center and you kind of fall back. If you tuck your head in and then kind of crunch your belly, your legs fall down to normal. So you turn into kind of a human rocking horse. And this is not muscular. This is actually going to where we are using our skeletal system to kind of create energy. So these are some challenges I want people to think of, because oftentimes at home, we don't take care of ourselves in such a way. While Penny is still trying to roll around in circles. Good, Penny, she's got it. So Penny, another goal, and for anybody that can do this, if you have just enough space, so you can turn into kind of the household wrecking ball. So you can knock furniture over, TVs, all those things. So by just rolling around. So I can do it all day long, and I'm not using, but changing how my head is in orientation with my body. But this stuff is so good for back pain, for body control in general. I've been doing this for about 30 years of learning how to do these things. It makes athletes more athletic because you learn how to use the body differently. So that's just the one challenge I want people to take away, if possible, is body rolling. It's a form of, and this all comes from the science of Feldenkrais. So it's a very good thing to do. And then, like Penny's doing, she's just sitting here. And now, can you open up your feet and you're balanced, close them, rock forward, fall, ball roll. So you can do a series of things, and it's kind of fun because your body feels good when it's doing these things because you're stretching it without stretching intentionally, and you're playing around. Like Jay, she's getting it figured out, and it's a little harder for Jay because she only has one leg, so that some of that counterbalance that she would do, she gets stuck, but she fixes it. So this is a way to reorient our body. Again, for like you, Kathy, trying to figure out how to get into what they call a scissor, which is just that, again, that pose is a good thing to do because you're firing your nervous system. So sometimes the stretchy bands may not be strong enough, so you may have to double them over. You may have to do different things. And there's Miss Moon Dancer dancing in her living room. But these are challenges. Challenge kids to them. I've seen 100-year-olds do this. Again, you're just creating and altering the way you do things. And again, Frank and Meg, this is a good challenge for you to just do stuff cross and figure out how do you sit up by just grabbing that foot. So this is a totally weird thing, but it's one of those things that's fine. It just gives you something to do if you're laying around the house bored. I know my kids laugh at me for doing things like this all the time. And now that I'm injured, it's even more important for me because I've got just my whole spine failing. So it's really important that you just take care of yourself. Again, a lot of the stuff, massage in your scalenes. That's going to be a quiz in future days. Scalenes are those muscles that stand out. They also are often, if they get neglected, you get headaches in the backside that can come up from your trapezius, those big muscles that are from in the back that I know a lot of people will also wear stress in their body through the trapezius or the traps. And then by doing kind of this type of stuff, your lats and into your rhomboids, in your triceps, then you get into all the big cervical, hyoid muscles and infrahyoid muscles. We can teach an anatomy class later, but these are really things I want everybody to think of before and after workouts, things to kind of help just take care of yourself. So some of you are part of Dragon Boat teams, some are not. Some are part of our cycling program, some are not. But if you're going to push yourself, you always try to take care of your body before and after it. And I've neglected some of that until it's too late. And the dividends are great when you can just do these simple things, because many of us are sitting at home a lot these days. So there's no better time. So any questions? Any questions? Let me see here. Let me see if I can change. I'm just trying to change the screen. I'm going to unmute everybody because there's a lot of people that have muted themselves or are muted. So everybody, mostly, I thought, nope, it didn't unmute you all. It says all people are unmuted, but only some of you are unmuted. So, okay. So any questions? Questions? Spurt it out. Spurt it out. It's okay. We're Hayne. I didn't see you rolling like a ball.
Well, I have to do it in a different spot, so I have to leave the room. So I put the other video on.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's perfect. Perfect. And Frank,
Don't I look
really,
sweaty?
I sincerely want you. Yes, you look warm. You look warm.
I look what? I didn't hear you. Sorry, Chris.
No, Frank, I really want you to try the whole sitting up from laying down on the ground thing with opposite arm leg. This is
okay.
And I want you to make a video for your YouTube group.
God.
You're funny, man.
You know, watch Frank roll, we'll call it.
I get a million viewers. Yeah.
Yes, you will. Yeah, with some good commentary, yeah, the whole CP world will just explode with your comedian friend. Josh Blue, if he gets a hold of it, I'm sure he'll do something with it. So let's see. Any questions? Any comments? Anyone? Susan?
Yeah, Chris, we're working on just this part of the back in there.
Yes.
What do you got?
So that is just curling in a ball. So one of those things, it could be, what I forget the pose they call it in yoga, where you put the center of your head on the ground and you try to pull everything in. What is that called?
Child pose.
Okay, there it is. But what you want to do to engage your T group, your thoracic region of your spine, that's kind of right the middle thoracic is what I'm guessing, Susan. As you're in that, you want to push your elbows down to the ground to raise the core up. It's a weird thing, but you're going to have to play with it to find what is the engagement. Because everybody connects to their bodies differently. But if you curl up into that ball and then push those elbows down, you should feel that thoracic region of your spine push upward. And that should stretch that whole thoracic cavity. Anybody else? Anybody else? Moon Dancer, I want you to go from, say, Cherry Creek Mall to somewhere else by just rolling like a ball. Watch out for the goat heads. Watch out for the goat heads. Those suck.
Yeah, they do.
Let's see. Jay, how are you?
I'm doing good. My back actually hurt before we started, and it feels really good right now, so I'm actually really happy.
Oh, okay. So again, these things. So for those who don't know Jay, she's a go-getter, kind of Paralympic level hand cyclist and multi-sport person and dragon boater, and we torture our bodies. We have hard workouts, and being on a hand cycle all the time like this, it gets our shoulder blades stuck in the outward position. Externally rotated. So the goal is, a lot of this stuff, it might seem weird, it might seem different, but Luke was starting out trying to get those shoulder blades to move. You want those shoulder blades to move in all directions, internal rotation and externally rotated, up and down. So most likely Jay's got just the opposite. Her shoulder blades are stuck inward. Which then makes the neck bad, and then just the rest of the spine kind of contracts. So this different stuff allows us to really get those shoulder blades working with our spine, with our pelvis, and then to our feet. So all the skeletal points, and then the muscles relax. Okay, anyone? Gina and Nicole and Jeremiah and Kathy, you're all new to this group. We do different things each week. Some workouts are harder some weeks than others. Next week is going to be probably a little more physical. But today was more about body awareness and mobility is really the focus today. Because without that, you can't have power. So the next thing, raise your hand if you have a physio ball or a big round sitting ball. There's a few of you. So there's a lot of things you could do with it. So the first thing I always encourage people that have these, you just kind of give the ball a hug, but just kind of comfortable. And then with your toes, you kind of get to where your belly button's on the center of the ball, and you just kind of just strike a good pose. You should feel just nice and engaged. You can even do the Superman, and then let your toes walk you back. And then you could even get to just lean on it with your knees down. But what this does is lets the shoulder blades kind of collapse around the ball. You just focus on breathing. Those are who are in wheelchairs or have a hard time doing the mobility without it. You can actually just lean over if you have somebody nearby to help pick you off the ground. If you do tip over, but you can go straight from seated position or wheelchair position. This is something a lot of really good PTs or physiotherapists will do in spinal cord injury hospitals, but sitting in a wheelchair, you want your legs to go on both sides of the ball and really feel good. You just kind of collapse around it. And you should be in a good stable position because the ball holds you, but you want your chin down, and then you kind of figure out how to roll yourself with some assistance, one vertebrae at a time, or if you have fusions, maybe that clump, and then all the vertebrae to come up. The other thing I like to do if I'm in a wheelchair, and I say this because I've been in a wheelchair, that was part of my life prior to me getting back out of rehab. So I just come into using like I'm doing a push-up. I may or may not have ab control for some people, and you just go tricep is resisting, and then you lay down on the ball and then push away from it. But again, we're not just plopping down. So that's a modified kind of push-up for somebody that's in a wheelchair or somebody without as much trunk control. And then those who are, what is that?
Jay's dog just joined. I don't know if they were trying to do if the dog was trying to do the exercise.
I was kind of hoping as Jay was laying there, the dog would bite the ball, but.
No, I fell off because my legs went from underneath me, and so wrecking on me.
There's nothing wrong with that. I fall off this thing all the time. I'm hoping not today. Today would be a very bad day for me to take a fall on it. But so the other thing for those of you who have physio balls are butt circles. So you take your tailbone and you just draw the largest butt circle on these balls. And then you kind of spiral it. And again, it's not fast, it's just slow. And you're making the circles smaller and smaller ellipses. And then you can get to the point to where you're sitting potentially with your feet up and you're learning how to balance with your sternum. So I'm not doing anything for balance on this ball other than using my sternum. And I'm gonna roll forward. And then, but a lot of people don't have orientation to this. But if you do this, you want to place that you're not going to smash your head against the wall if you go ass over tea kettle. But
in a chair. I'm in a chair. I have a physio ball with me.
Chair, you can do this if you're sitting sideways in the chair. I don't have a standard chair in this room. Everything is open back. But you can sit sideways in a chair. So in this case, a block, and it's the same thing. So you can start off with butt circles, and then you can get to the point to where you get to just balance, and you just have to watch the chair so you don't smash. But there's no reason why, if you have most use of your all four limbs.
No more fun.
And Paul, I know you. This is coordination. So you can do all kinds of things from the chair, just any chair. You could do a lot of these things. Again, mobility, I preach it in a lot of ways. Kayakers, I mean, this is all you do. As I was in the river this weekend, I was focusing on rotation using just my chin, my nipples, my pelvis, my knees on how I could turn and do different things. Another drill I like to do is with my right arm, I'm on my sit bones. Can I rotate just in a circle, spinning on my butt? Hopefully I don't get rug burn. But these are things I play with a lot, and they've been key in my recoveries from my original spinal cord injuries to just tons of different things to just being, training for the Olympics we did all kinds of these funky little games. Because if you don't know your body, you'll never be able to test it. So, Kelly, or Kathy, I'd love to figure out, you know, different things that we can do to kind of, again, so you can have fun doing random ass things at the house. But a lot of this, again, I've got, I mean, I train full time typically, so I've got a full gym, but it's these things, I just, they're fun. It's fun to screw around and figure out, you know, how to deal with different things. So always feel free. I mostly have an open line, we'll call it. So if you send me a message, you will hear back, or you can send me a text, and I'll figure out how to get back to you. I do one-on-ones with people on Zoom to figure out, you know, work through different goals, because everybody has their own goals. But now we're getting to the part where it's starting to be, we'll call life resuming normal, version 12. So it's the new normal, but as people start to get outside and do things together more, the goal is to be able to still keep doing these best practices and not going away from self-care. So Susan.
For cycling, for keeping your upper torso, or at least your shoulders and your arms loose instead of all that tenseness, besides not gripping the handlebar too,
Right.
Stretching for it. What do you suggest?
Stretching for it?
Well, either stretch so that they're not tense. What would you suggest doing?
Oh, so wait, you have those nice little beams behind you, foam rollers?
Yes.
Yes, that's the best tool. Number one, it can serve as neck traction. Unfortunately, mine's still in my camper. So you want to, if you have a foam roller, you start by laying it along your spine and the back of your head is on it. And then depending upon, it might be your full spine length, but you want to lay on it and let your shoulder blades fall over the foam roller.
As in way?
You want to lay on it, so it should lay along your spine.
In this position, though, I don't know if you can see me if I lay down. That's why I'm asking this way.
I probably won't see you, but you want to lay down on the ground with the foam rollers straight from your head to your butt. I don't know how long your foam roller is. Is that long enough to get your whole spine?
So you're talking about this way?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you lay on it slowly, because your body initially is going to fight it, because there's some balance. So you want your hands on the ground, so it's not fighting balance. And then your feet are going to be in a wide stance to be able to just kind of gravity, and then let that foam roller, your body will start to kind of absorb it. If you relax all your muscle groups, your shoulder blades will warp around it. Your spine's going to go, and then you could scooch up a little bit, and to where your top of your head actually comes off of the roller to now your cervical spine. So it now acts like traction. But you can roll sideways a little bit on it to kind of rock on it slowly. Nothing here is fast. It's all slow. So, I mean, that's something I could show you, you know, again, separately. I could even do, if I get enough people interested, a whole thing with foam rollers. There's fitness things you could do with it and therapeutic things. People just misunderstand. If you don't have a foam roller, you could take a huge beach towel and wrap it up and then put it under your spine and lay on it. Because what you want to do is be able to, again, you're taking a very flat spine and you're adding curvature to it, letting those shoulder blades encapsulate it and relax. So Susan, that should take care of the talk with your shoulders, elbows, arms getting tight. This is one of the best methods of a foam roller. I know they teach yoga classes on them now. They do a lot of different things because balance, coordination, and flexibility is your prime keys to fitness.
I just picked it up several days ago.
That it's a great thing. And then you could roll muscles on it, and it's like rolfing. It sucks. It hurts. But if you're ever rubbing a muscle and it's sore, well, it needs to be rubbed more because muscles are supposed to be pliable and not pain driven. So a lot of times, you know, as we get older or we get injured or we get too much exercise, the muscles tighten and they just create scar tissue almost. They start to like calcify or harden. So that breaks up that stuff. So anybody else? I'm just going on. I'm just kind of freestyling at this point, but I just want to make sure I can answer any questions. And if there's any challenges anybody wants, I love giving homework.
Hey, Chris, this is Jim. How about sitting on the ball and going all the way back with your back, your spine on the ball? If
you have something to stabilize you, it's an okay thing to do. And again, depending upon the size of the ball, I mean, some are like waist height, some are knee height, some are even less. I usually suggest a Bosu ball or the half round ones.
Yeah.
Because they don't roll away on you. And then you don't, you know, remodel your house with the runaway ball. So it's, I say that because I've done that. So I've also, you know, bloodied my nose, face, lip. I've learned a lot, and still until I learned how to do, you know, push-ups between two balls or kneeling and then standing on balls doing squats. Those are back in the old days. You probably don't want to see me try that now, or maybe you do. Jay's doing that bounce on the ball. So this is all neural sort of related effort. She's learning how to balance. It's actually balance is done through the sternum. The sternum is that pointy, that box in between your nipples, below your chin, that hard plate that connects all of your ribs in. That is going to be your sternum, but that's where your center of gravity is. Most people think it's their head, but it's actually your sternum. So it's people who are wheelchair users, paraplegics, you know, when we're teaching sit skiing or a lot of these gravity-based sports or kayaking, they're wanting to use their head all the time because the sternum is actually connected to the thoracic part of your spine, which connects then to your ass and legs. So by rotating the sternum, you can have your hips move voluntary and involuntarily. So there's all kinds of things you can do through that, and it can unfreeze your back if it's a spasm. Because again, it's the center of our body, of our spine's coordination. So, but it also, everything above it is essentially related to your head, neck. Everything below it's connected to your pelvic girdle. So you can control a lot through that, just doing exercises through your sternum. So any questions, thoughts, challenges?
I would just stay healthy.
I think a challenge is give Jay 3 of those balls and see if she can do like a Frogger game, going just bouncing between 3 different balls without falling. So there's all kinds of things you could do on it. So and it's very inexpensive. Walmart and all of those, even some grocery stores carry them, and they're like $8, and you can do so many fitness things through that. You can do races with them. That's really fun, where now she can just go across the room on the physio ball. So learning how to roll it and respond to it. It's like a carnival balance game. So there's a lot of things that can be done. You could transfer from one ball to the next, but you can learn how to get it to go forward. And I used to be able to do it really fast, but it's trying out for the circus. So there's a lot of things you can do. And then, I can't do it today because I've got a lot of spinal treatments I had done. So, but you can get to the point to where you're standing up tall, to then going from there kneeling to sitting and not using your feet. So a lot of it is